Hey, Beau! After being in lockdown and the isolation that goes with that, how would you describe the collective human experience of gathering in clubs, festivals, raves, etc.?
So it's a really good question, and it's a great opportunity to answer this question because I am standing in front of, at the main entrance of Ibiza's biggest club. Back in the day, the best DJs have played here. They used to have 10,000 people in attendance. Imagine that. And why I'm here, well, it's an interesting story, and it could be a very exciting story, but we'll leave that for another time. But what's likely to happen when we come out of all these lockdowns in this time of tremendous constraint and touch and celebration? And the obvious answer probably is that we're going to go the opposite direction. We're going to celebrate. We're not necessarily going to come out reclusive. We're going to come out with the need to touch. And I mean both that literally and metaphorically, to let loose all the constraints that we've been feeling in this time. And what I find particularly important is not so much that, because that's in some sense almost inevitable. And many people think that was probably the source and the consequence of the source of the Roaring '20s, that it was a time coming out of the desperation of World War II, a time to celebrate and let loose. So it's likely that we're going to do that, and in fact in Britain we're already starting to see that. And in my own kids, I mean, that's the reason why they're getting vaccinated, is only just to do that. But I think what maybe is a more important question, I mean not more interesting, is what happens next? What happens after that? Are we going to take any of the lessons that we have from this time, that we individually and collectively have come to realize about how life was before the pandemic? And in some sense you could argue, and other people have, we've made this argument, that maybe COVID has done terrible things, but maybe one of the things that it's also done is it's accelerated. It's made the implicit explicit. There are more divorces, but also more people coming together than ever before. There are people moving house, things that they maybe were going to do, but now they actually had the impetus to do it. Changing jobs, changing the whole lifestyle. Suddenly it revealed to all of us maybe what we sort of always knew to be true, but maybe rather afraid to act on it, or afraid to acknowledge it, because maybe that was going to take us to a place of uncertainty. And as you know, if you've listened to these, we hate uncertainty. But maybe what COVID has done for many of us, which is true for me as well, some serious, significant personal and professional decisions have been made in this time, and continue to be made, because I've come to see I always knew what was important, but maybe what it's done is it's helped us reprioritize those things. The question is, once this threat has disappeared, and it will in time, what do we take with us? Do we take with us those things, or like with so many things, will we just redefine normality again and adapt to a new normal and forget all those potentially wonderful lessons and courageous steps that we took in this time?